Hi, it's John here from the Mighty Geek, and today I wanted to talk to you guys about the comics and how those characters differ from the movie characters, especially when it comes to what people think the characters are actually up to because they only see the movies. Like, the general public doesn't know about what some of these characters are up to in the comics right now, and I'm going to try to catch you guys up. Let's talk about one of my favorites, Superman. I know we're starting off with the big guy. He's probably my favorite DC Comics character, just because I think from a standpoint he's like the prototype hero. Currently in the comics, he has a son and is a little bit older right now than he was, back in the day. They've kind of aged him up because his readers are genuinely about 30 to 40 years old right now, or even older. And they made him a father. And his son's name is Jonathan Kent, who is currently going by the Superboy title. And I don't really love this, as I prefer my Superman to be a little younger, learning his powers and more origin stuff. But overall, I guess it makes probably quite a bit of people happy to see the pre-crisis Superman back, who's a little bit closer to what I would say the Christopher Reeve Superman than Henry Cavill's New 52 Superman. Jonathan Kent's an okay character, and I feel bad, and I like him, but I'm just not a huge fan of this. But that's currently what Superman's kind of been doing. Next, we're moving on to my current favorite character, Thor. I've been reading a ton of Thor stuff lately. It's been super good. The J. Michael Straczynski's Thor was great, and then you get Jason Aaron's initial God Butcher arc, which was just fantastic. But currently, how Thor differs from his movie counterpart is that Thor actually doesn't have Mjolnir anymore. He hasn't been able to lift it in about 3 or 4 years due to what Nick Fury said, which is a whole other thing that I'll let you read on your own time. Or maybe I'll do a video on it, I don't know. But right now, currently, Thor is just going by the title Odin's son, and a girl is actually currently Thor. Now, for a while, people didn't know, who's this girl Thor? And my real opinion on it is that although it makes for a good story to gender switch Thor from a girl to a boy, or from a boy to a girl, although they really didn't switch him because they're two different people, I was initially really mad at this idea. And initially, I only read the title to keep seeing what Odin's son was actually up to, the original Thor. It's later revealed that the girl who picked up the hammer is actually Jane Foster, Thor's girlfriend in the movies, who was played by Natalie Portman, phenomenal actress. Jane has had cancer in the comics for a little bit, and she picks up the hammer, which she's been getting chemotherapy. And the chemo is purged, though, every time she picks up the hammer because the hammer purifies her body of all the toxins. And currently, she is the current Thor. Do I think Natalie Portman would reprise her role as Thor? With a bald head, cancer Thor girl? I don't think she would. She's probably not even going to be in Ragnarok because she had some bad blood with Mark. Moving on. Wanda Maximoff, aka the Scarlet Witch. In the movies, I actually like her. She's played quite well, but in the movies, she is quite a bit more stable than she is in the comics. And that's quite an understatement. In the comics, she's quite a bit of a nut job, to be honest with you. She once warped all of reality because she didn't like how life was going for her, which is the House of M comic. She literally changed everybody's entire lives because she wasn't happy with hers. She's full-blown super reality warper in the comics, and she's actually quite underpowered in the movies. This one is quite new, Hydra Captain America. So to catch all of you up, the Red Skull used a Infinity Stone and changed Captain America's reality. He's now an agent of Hydra, as he's always believed he was an agent of Hydra. Currently, right now, he is what it sounds like. He's a Hydra agent, and Captain America
has always stood for truth and justice and freedom, no matter how corrupt everybody was. He was always the moral backbone of the Marvel Universe. And he's basically Superman of the Marvel Universe as far as morality goes. This was a huge shift for the Marvel Universe. It's currently unfolding in the Secret Empire comics, where basically Cap has taken over and he is a bad guy. And this completely changed the entire Marvel landscape, because Cap is supposed to be the good guy when everyone else is a bad guy. It's completely different. How do I feel about this? Well, on one hand, I do always like that Captain America is always the good guy, because that's what he stands for. But on the other end, it makes for some fantastic storytelling when he is now an evil guy. It's completely flipped everything on its head. Batman has a son now. This has actually been canon for quite a long time, so this one's probably the oldest of the big changes to people's characters. I personally dislike Damian Wayne. I think he is arguably the most annoying Robin. He's actually Batman's son. He is the son of Talia al Ghul, who was featured in The Dark Knight Rises, and is the son of Ra's al Ghul, which would make Damian the grandson of Ra's al Ghul. Damian is a little shitbag. He's always like he's like the most cocky person you can possibly imagine, even at 10 years old. And some of the things he does for his age I find even fake for a comic standpoint. I don't like him, but sometimes he's okay. But yeah, I don't think he'll be in a movie. Iceman. Iceman has prominently been a member of the X-Men since way back in the day. Obviously, he is one of the most powerful mutants in the X-Men canon, and has done a bunch of cool stuff. He's been featured in the movies, and, you know, in the movies he was obviously played by this guy right here, and I actually thought he did a pretty good job in the movies. The change to his character currently, that some people were not thrilled about, is that he's gay. I have absolutely no problem with this, as it adds some difference to it modernizes comics, in my opinion. And I think they did it correctly, because they, one, didn't change who he was as a person by changing his sexuality. They completely didn't change his entire character to suit other people's needs. And I fully approve of this. And it actually gave him some pretty cool character development. Him and Rogue really weren't working out anyway. Last but not least is Wolverine. Now, I'm a pretty big fan of Wolverine. I think he's really cool. I've read Weapon X. I've read a bunch of his comics. He's pretty much everyone's favorite X-Men. He's been around canon for a long, long, long time. I mean, he even had, you know, he was played by Hugh Jackman. Everybody loves those movies except the origin movie, which nobody really cares for. But Wolverine's been a big part of the X-Men for a long, long time. And if you only watch the movies, you might not know that, well, he's dead in the comics. And actually, he's been dead for a couple of years now. Oh, sorry, a couple of months. I don't remember when he died. But it was actually quite a while ago that he died. But yeah, Wolverine is dead. And let me just tell you, that comic was pretty underwhelming, to be honest with you, for a character that's been around for as long as he has. I'm going to wrap this up by telling you that the old man Logan from a different universe took his place. And, I'm not happy with that decision. Anyway, folks, sorry that these videos are not that good. I'm learning on the fly, and I'm just trying to bring you guys some cool comic content. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you can. Peace out.